Hey there, and welcome. Have you ever wanted to speak a little bit of Arabic, but felt like you had no idea where to even begin? Well, today we're going to change that. We're going to build your very first sentences from the ground up, using just a few simple building blocks. Let's dive right in. So let's paint a picture. Imagine a girl playing in a beautiful garden. How in the world would you say that in Arabic? I know, it might sound a little complicated, but I promise you, by the end of this, you'll be able to describe this exact scene. That's our goal today. We're going to tackle this with what I like to call the building block approach. Think of it just like Legos. Seriously, we'll start with a few individual word bricks, figure out what each one means, and then see how they just snap together to create something way bigger. And don't you worry, we are not about to throw a giant dictionary at you. To get started, to build the entire foundation for our first sentence, we only need 3 words. That's it, just 3. All right, you ready? Here they are, our first 3 building blocks. I'm going to say the word, and you should totally try repeating it out loud right after me. It really helps. Our first word, the subject of our scene, is hiya. Give it a shot. Hiya. It's a pronoun, and it simply means she. Pretty straightforward, right? That's our first block. Okay, next up, we need some action. What is she doing? She is playing. The Arabic word for that is talab. You'd pronounce that talab. Go on, try it. Talab. So now we have our person and we have our action. 2 blocks down. And finally, where is all of this happening? It's happening in al-hadiqa. Say that one, al-hadiqa. This just means the garden. So let's do a quick recap. We've got she, which is hiya, is playing, which is talab, and the garden, which is al-hadiqa. Our 3 core building blocks are officially ready to go. All right, now for the really exciting part. We've got the pieces, so let's actually start connecting them. This is where the language really starts to come alive. Just like in English, we can start with our subject, he, and then add the verb, talab. When you put them together, you get he talab, which means she is playing. And just like that, you've made your very first Arabic phrase. How cool is that?
But wait, where is she playing? We need a small connector word to place her in a location. That super important little word is fi, and it's pronounced exactly like it looks. Fi. It means in. You can think of this word as the glue for our sentence.
And here it is, our finished sentence. Let's put it all together. هي تلعب في الحديقة. She is playing in the garden. Fantastic. You have just described a whole scene in a brand new language.
Now that we have a base sentence, the real power of this building block method starts to show. We can so easily swap blocks in and out to change the meaning and add way more detail. Let's start by just swapping out the subject. What if it's a boy playing? Simple. We'll take out that hiya block and replace it with the word for he, which is huwa. That's pronounced huwa. Now, here's something really cool, so pay close attention. With he for she, the verb is talab for she. But when we swap in hu for he, the verb becomes yalab for him. Did you catch that tiny difference? That T sound for her and ya sound for him is a super common and incredibly useful pattern in Arabic. So hu yalab means he is playing. Okay, let's go back to our original girl. What if she's not playing in the garden, but with somebody? We just need 2 new blocks. First, the word for with is mer. That's ma. And the word for her sister is ukhtuha, which is ukhtiha. So now, we just swap out the where part of our sentence with the who part. It becomes he talab ma ukhtaha. She is playing with her sister. See that? We just modified our original structure to create a totally new idea. It's that flexible. Let's try one more thing. Remember how I said our original scene had a beautiful garden? Let's add that description. The word for beautiful, when you're describing a feminine noun like garden, is jamila. That's pronounced jamila. And making a descriptive sentence like this is so wonderfully simple. You just put the noun, al-hadiqa, right next to the adjective, jamila. Al-hadiqa, jamila. The garden is beautiful. It's so direct and elegant. Okay, let's just take a quick breath and look back at everything you've managed to do. We started out with just single words, and now you have a whole collection of complete sentences. Just look at this. You can now say, هي تلعب في الحديقة. She is playing in the garden. You can say, هي تلعب مع أختها. She's playing with her sister. You can describe the scene. الحديقة جميلة. The garden is beautiful, and you can even change the subject. هو يلعب. She is playing. You've gone from 0 to expressing 4 completely different ideas. That is some incredible progress. 4. That's 4 complete, correct, and useful sentences that you can now build from memory using just a handful of these word blocks. You've learned grammar, vocabulary, and sentence structure all at the same time.
So just think about that. In less time than it takes to drink a cup of coffee, you've learned to build real, actual sentences in Arabic. The foundation is there. The only question left is, what are you going to build next?